more information that I want to get out there. Again, sort of a New Year's resolution for me, secular New Year's resolution, is, I'm just so nauseated by all the clickbait, exaggerated headlines, neo-plagiarism, and just outright plagiarism that I see on the web, on social media, getting a lot of clicks. So I'm just trying to do an honest sort of work and emphasize people, make videos of things that are not having videos made of them, information that good people are writing very well. And here's an example of that. By the way, on plagiarism, happy Martin Luther King Day. This is someone named Arlene Kushner. I've been following her, semi-following her for years. She just wrote about the latest IDF destruction of terror tunnels, and I want to make sure this information gets out there. Look, if everyone were reading her stuff every day, there would be no reason for me to make the video. But this is, you should follow her, by the way, Arlene, Arlene from Israel.info. Her name's Arlene Kushner. She's an American who made Aliyah. I got to put the glasses on. I know they reflect. Maybe I don't look as cute, but I got to read this properly. This is what she wrote. I'm going to pretty much read it verbatim unless something pops into my head. January 15th, 2018, from Israel, Unreal. On Saturday night, the IDF destroyed yet another tunnel running from Gaza into Israel. I'll try to put pictures up there as relevant. This one originated at Rafah, at Gaza's border with Egypt, and ran some 600 meters into Israel. It was constructed by Hamas, not Islamic Jihad. Reports identified it as different in construction from most of the other tunnels we have dealt with. The tunnel was, quote, unreal for a couple of reasons. The first is because it ran under the Kerem Shalom crossing between Israel and Gaza. This is the crossing utilized by as many as 800 trucks per day. This is not a typo. Bringing supplies into Gaza for the people there, food, fuel, medical equipment, textile products, etc. All civilian goods except those that are dual use. It is quite literally their lifeline to the outside. Now, by jeopardizing that lifeline, Hamas has once again demonstrated its total indifference to the welfare of the people. There is speculation that Hamas thought Israel would never anticipate a tunnel in this location. Israel identified it via a combination of advanced technology and intelligence. Not only did this tunnel run under the crossing, it also ran under diesel and gas pipelines feeding into Gaza. And she has another subsection. Again, I'm just reading this from Arlene from Israel.info. I guess it would be more official if I went into like RSBN, right side broadcasting mode, and had a graphic of a globe scrolling by me in the back. Yeah, I'm mocking them a little bit. So continuing with what Arlene Kushner writes, Saturday night, Israel closed Kerem Shalom, indicating that a security assessment was necessary, but not offering specifics beyond this. Israeli jets then entered Gaza airspace and took out the tunnel shaft, destroying it in a precision bombing near Rafah. The Egyptians had been notified. At the same time, there was an operation to take out the portion of the tunnel that was in Israel. The crossing remained closed on Sunday. Next section from Arlene Kushner. Again, I'm merely reading this. You all read it every day. You all subscribe to her and send me angry messages like, why are you doing this? Everyone reads her stuff all the time. Anyhow, great. End of these videos. But continuing on. The other reason this was unreal was because this tunnel circled back into the Sinai. The other tunnels into Israel we took out recently originated from Khan Yunis and moved directly into Israel. But because this tunnel came from Rafah under the Kerem Shalom crossing, it entered Israel right at the edge of the Egyptian Sinai. The tunnel was able to enter Israeli territory and then move into the adjacent Sinai. There probably was some intention of utilizing this tunnel for terrorism inside of Israel, but it is believed that its main purpose was smuggling of strategic weaponry, primarily missiles, into Gaza for a future war with Israel. The weapons were to be sent from Iran by way of the Red Sea across the Sinai. And then the map up there, she writes, yes, I know this map says West Bank, not Judea and Samaria, but it illustrates my posting well. We can get over that. Continuing, next subsection, it goes without saying that the Egyptians are considerably less than pleased by this turn of events, which represents a major deception by Hamas, eager to cut off interaction between Hamas in Gaza and ISIS in the Sinai, and thus prevent Hamas assistance from being transmitted to ISIS. Egypt flooded tunnels leading between Gaza and Sinai in the Rafah area. The Egyptians have an orientation that is essentially hostile to Hamas, an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood. However, the Egyptians had of late been looking the other way on this because of a commitment of cooperation regarding ISIS had been secured from Hamas. The Egyptians were even involved in reconciliation negotiations between Hamas and Fatah. The deal was signed in Cairo last October. See the picture. It is obvious to the Egyptians that the Hamas tunnel into the Sinai had to have been constructed with the knowledge and presumably tacit agreement of ISIS. It's a good guess, then, that the Egyptian stance toward Hamas is about to change significantly. Continuing on, next subsection. At the same time, it is eminently clear to Hamas that their premier weapon, the terror tunnel, is being systematically shut down by Israel. With the destruction of this last tunnel, they have lost a significant asset. Coordinator of the government's activities in the territories, COGAT, Major General Yoav Mordechai, declared in Arabic to an Arabic satellite TV station yesterday that it is, quote, Israeli genius, end quote, that came up with a solution to the tunnels. Yet there continues to be a mixed opinion by analysts as to what the next Hamas move will be. Some project a Hamas attack soon in order to utilize whatever tunnels still remain before they are all discovered and dismantled by Israel. Others say Hamas is simply not eager for an escalation of hostilities at this time. Again, reading what Arlene Kushner has very recently written at arlenefromisrael.info. And one last, she has quite a few subsections left in her almost daily email, but I'm only going to read this last one because then they're less relevant to the topic. Before leaving the subject of Hamas, I share this. I recently wrote about signs that the moribund Hamas-Fatah reconciliation could yet be revived by a new Hamas position. Reports had surfaced indicating that Hamas had reversed itself and would be ready to surrender its considerable weapons cache to the control of the PA in exchange for a leadership role in the PLO. But now this appears less likely. The PLO has called off, I think she means, typo, meeting of the heads of all its factions to discuss the best response to Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Hamas, though not a member, was invited but declined to come. The statement put out by Hamas, declaring continuing commitment to unity, said that, quote, the conditions under which the committee will be held will not enable it to carry out a comprehensive and reasonable and responsible political review and will prevent decisions that reach the level of our aspirations, end quote. A partial explanation, Hamas wanted the meeting outside of PA territory because of unease about Israel intervention. The meeting began Sunday night in Ramallah. And that's pretty much all of the relevant posts here. You should follow her, Arlene from Israel. Arlene is spelled Arlene, arlenefromisrael.info. Arlene Kushner does good work. And that's about all I think I need to put on a video here.